Hello everyone, welcome to this options talk 42 between Raghunath and me. Looking at the charts for the week gone by, let us see what has happened in this week which has gone by. And we had talked about support and why Nifty is constantly getting bought. I mean, the market is seeing buying every time it goes near that 14,300, 14,400. And this was a chart where we were last week. And after that, it has been up except for one day, and now it is almost near a. It tried to break out, but it has not yet broken out in that sense. But maybe next week we might see a breakout because it has already crossed high of the week before that. I'm talking about in terms of Nifty spot, because futures in any case is still a 100-point premium, so it's going to be a bit difficult tracking Nifty futures on a weekly basis. So tracking Nifty spot on a weekly basis, this is the chart on a daily chart. So if I make it a weekly, it slightly went above the previous week high, which was at 878, and the high yesterday was, this week was 883. So in the sense that is a breakout, but it is not yet closed above that. So we'll have to see what happens after that. Of course, there might be a lot of short covering here, and then the next level is 15050, which is the high over here, and who knows after that even 15300. uh, like in fact, I remember I had cautioned last week, you need to be open to both sides of the market. You cannot be completely biased on a bearish basis, because you had to keep an eye on why Nifty is getting bought every time it goes to this level. So that becomes a very, very strong support now. So of course, as and when that gets broken, whenever, that's going to be very weak. But till that time, we have to look for buying on dips. So now the support comes to about 14,650, 14,700, which is the last couple of days low. So below that, there might be weakness on the futures chart. Sorry, not this. I'll see the candlestick first. So again, on the way up, there have been gaps on the futures chart. So this is a classic feature of bull markets where corrections are getting bought into, and those are not bear market falls. Those are basically corrections. And when Nifty starts going up, it starts giving gap ups. So there are already two gaps here. And looking at the way things happened in the global market on Thursday, on Friday, almost everything was closed. If that sentiment continues on Monday, we might have another gap up over here, maybe towards 15,000 or something like that. So this, which is a resistance near 15,080 or 15,100, that is a possible resistance. Again, when I say resistance, it might be just an intraday resistance. And the main resistance, of course, will be near 15,150, 15,300. Why I'm saying 15,130, 150 is this chart, where last week, in fact, this has surprised us. Last week, it had given a bearish breakdown. I had said that this is a bearish setup, but immediately it gave a good anchor column over here. And now it has given a double top buy, which is above the moving average. So this is a bullish setup now, how things can change within a couple of days. And the count for that is 15,340, 354. But before that, we have a trend line which comes all the way from the all-time high, which got acted as a resistance many times over here. So that comes near 15,150. That is why I said 15,150. So first one is 15,050, then 15,150, and then near 15,350. These are the three levels which are possible. I'm not saying they will come, but you have to be open to those levels coming on the Nifty. In terms of Nifty Bank Nifty ratio on an intraday chart, it was, in fact, I had expected this Bank Nifty to outperform here, but it did not. In fact, it became weak again. But again, towards the closing on Thursday, it has given a good bullish column over here, the last one. So we'll have to see how it goes. And only problem is Bank Nifty is not as bullish as Nifty even now. So that is the only cause for concern. So unless we see huge buying in Bank Nifty and the banking stocks, that might continue to underperform Nifty. So till that time, you need to keep an eye on Nifty stocks, less Bank Nifty. So in case you want to trade the stocks. Coming to options charts, this is the 14,900 call. I always look at the money call. So here it has gone up, and the resistance here is about 400 over here. 390, 400 is the resistance here, and right now this is at 322. So we have about 80 points more on this call, which translates to about something like 150 points on Nifty, which translates to 15.5 around that level again. So this can act as a resistance. On the put, which is a monthly 14,900 put, this has definitely given a bearish breakdown. This is a big anchor column over here on from 26 to 30, and then there is a continuation double bottom sell here, and then a turtle breakdown, and this level which is near 220 now, the previous bottom which was on 10th 12th March, so that might act. So right now it is at 285 and the support near 220, so another 65 points, which again translates to the same level above 15,000. So you need to be cautious above 15,000. Cautious in the sense it doesn't mean go short, you have to be alert, that's all. Coming to the weekly options, that is something interesting. This is the 14,900 call of 8th April expiry. There's a big anchor column right at the lows. I always look for these kind of reversals, especially on the left hand side when you see a lot of bearish columns. This was one bearish anchor column, another bearish anchor column, another bearish anchor column over here. And then there is no follow through over here. That has not been, the low has not been broken at all. And then here, after a couple of days, it has given a good bullish anchor column, and that is an extremely bullish sign. So this is up to 8th April expiry, and now there is a count open which says 274. So maybe, of course, first resistance will be near 185, 190, and then 274, and this call is at 120 right now. So who knows, if it goes another 150 points, again that comes to 15,050, 15,100 kind of levels on Nifty. So there is very good chance that we might see 15,000 plus on Nifty next week. Couple of stocks which look interesting for the next week. One was LT, which has been quite bearish over the last few weeks, in the sense not falling very hard, but just drifting down. And yesterday it gave a good pattern on a 14,000, 1460 call, 1460. So if it goes above 42, it can go to 49 and maybe even all the way to 70. So keep an eye on LNT. I sense some bullish activity in LNT. Another stock which started to go up suddenly in the last couple of hours on Thursday was Z. In fact, I tweeted this call also. So this has already given a double top buy from the lows, which is an anchor column. The next double top buy, which is above 7.5. This is a 220 call. So that has the potential to, first resistance is near 9. Once that is crossed, then maybe 13. So that can be a good trade for next week. So this is the scenario for next week, and I don't see any bearish activity yet. In fact, in any other stock. So stay bullish unless proved otherwise. That is the thing to look for going forward. Yeah, that's all from my side, Raghunath. Anything else, or you can start again? You will be talking about options adjustments, right?
Yes, Happy. That's all.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you can start.
Hello, guys. In last 3 weeks, we have talked about the options adjustments, and in the last 2 weeks, we talked about adjustments when the markets are going up and you have a long call position and you are in profit. And then later we talked about when the long call is losing, what kind of adjustments you have to do, right? How you are going to defend the long call. So this time, what we are going to do is that how we will manage the long call if the market is sideways, like it will go up, go down, go up, or go down, go up, and go down. So both sideways movements, how we can adjust the options. So I'll take two market conditions to do these adjustments. I will do it in the Nifty, and then we will simulate and see how the adjustments can be done using the adjustment decision tree. So if you don't know what we are talking about here, please go back and watch the last 2-3 episodes. Then you will understand what we are talking about. So the first adjustment that we are going to talk about is this will start on 22nd of January for February expiry. Okay, so we'll be using 25th February expiry contract for doing this adjustment. So on 22nd January, we were somewhere here. So the market will go down and then it will come up and then it will go down. So we are going to see how we are going to do adjustments here to our long call position. Okay. So we are on 22nd January and as usual, we will start at 3:20 p.m. at the end of the day, close to end of the day. So we buy a long call option, so around 14,400, which is like at the money call option. All right. So we proceed further. The max loss here is minus around minus 30,000. So immediately this position went into loss. So now our aim is to defend this position, that we are not going to lose more, and we try to mitigate the any more losses from here. So what we are going to do is that we are going to use that decision tree, and here we are going to do this by doing a ratio spread here. Okay, so the max loss is here is minus 30,000. So what we try to do is here to reduce this risk max loss to half. So from minus 30,000 to minus 15,000. So in order to make this max loss to minus 15,000, what we have to do is that, so here the debit that we have paid for this long call is around $400. So this is the amount that we are going to lose if we're not going to do any adjustment, and if market keeps going down. To make it to only minus 15,000 loss, so we have to get at least 200 credit. Okay, and that we are going to sell 2 calls, so which means the credit should be 100 for each call. So we have to look for that call strike which has at least 100 rupees of credit. So for example, here you can see 104 is good, but it's a 50 strike, so I prefer these 100 strikes. So we can choose this 15,000 strike, 114. So we are selling 2, so it's more than 200 points of credit, right? So your max loss will reduce to minus 30,000 to minus less than 15,000, so or minus 12,000. Now this here I'm talking only on the downside here. Okay, obviously on the upside you will have risk, but right now we are defending our position. So now we proceed further. Now remember that I have shown you some more adjustments, like what kind of adjustment we do even if it goes even further down. So here our aim is not to do that kind of adjustments. It's more like a sideways kind of adjustment where the market goes down and comes back up again. Then what kind of adjustments we are going to do? Okay, so now we are back in our profit zone. So once we are in profit zone, then we cover our ratio position here, so that we give the call position again to be profitable, to see if it will be profitable. Now obviously at this point of time you might be thinking that what if it goes back down again? Again, if it goes back down again, then we have no choice for us than again to do the ratio spread. Okay, but now let's see how the market goes. So now we are in profit. So now we are not going to do any adjustment as long as this profit will go back in loss or go back down. So let's say it's at 4,800, and if it goes to 2,000 or 1,000, then again we will do our ratio spread. Okay, so till then it keeps on going up, we are not going to interfere with this position. And of course there are many different adjustments that are possible, but here I'm only looking at sideways kind of market adjustment. Okay, so far we are not losing anything from there. Of course this is just 2000, so I didn't do any adjustment. So we are at 32,000 of profit. So remember that at any point of time you can exit from this position, right? You could have exited at 20,000, you could have exited at 30,000. It's up to you, totally up to you how, when you want to exit. Usually my aim is to target 50% of max loss in the beginning, right? So my target would have been only 15,000. That is my own target. But here, since we are doing adjustment, we are looking at different scenarios. That's why I'm showing you different kinds of adjustments. Okay, so now if you look back, so we are coming from 32,000 to 22,000. So at this point of time, you have to do an adjustment because now it might even go down and it might even come back up. We don't know, right? So now what we can do is that instead of doing a ratio spread, we will do a ratio spread in a condor position. Okay, so it's pretty similar to ratio spread, but we choose two different strikes to do the ratio spread. Okay, so now we will sell a 15,200 call. That is one position, the at the money position here. Okay, so now this is a spread, right? A vertical spread. Now we will sell another strike slightly out of the money. So we'll choose 15,500. No, this is totally subjective. You can choose 15,600, 700. It's totally up to you. So I'm choosing 15,500. So now this is the ratio spread, but in a condor position. Okay. So you're using two different strikes as a ratio spread. Ratio spread because we sold two different calls against one long call position. So now we will see how it will go. Now here we also have room on the downside as well as room on the upside. Okay, if you look at the upside, so the market has to go around 6% for you to break even on the upside. So now here you can see we are into loss. Now there is a choice here. Now you can move these to this condor position. We can roll down further down. That is one position, or you can leave it as it is because we are already close to expiry. We are already in expiry week. So doing adjustments in last week of expiry is not very fruitful. So luckily we were in profit. We ended up in profit. But if we if you go by our rules, like that don't go into last week of expiry. So at this point of time you could have exited, or on 19th February on the Friday just before entering into the expiry week, we could have exited, right? So we had choices at at multiple positions at of time. So it's totally up to you, like when you want to exit this position. Okay, so I have shown you different kinds of adjustments here, and why, I mean, what kind of adjustments you have done and why we have done those adjustments. Okay, this is one kind of adjustment. Okay, now we'll look at another kind of adjustment where the market goes up. Okay, let me see. Just a minute. All right. So next one is sorry. So next one is if you go to 22nd February here, somewhere here. So we buy the long call here, and the market goes up and then goes down and then goes up. So how we are going to adjust in that kind of scenario? Okay, exactly opposite to what we have seen in the previous adjustment, right? So here again we are going to buy a long call. 14,700 is close to at the money strike price, right? So we buy this. Sorry, this should be March expiry. So we will buy 14,700 call. And then we will see how we are going to do the adjustment after it goes into profit. Okay. So now it's going into profit. Now the adjustment here for us is when this goes above 50% of max loss, right? So above 15,000 we are going to the adjustment. So now we are in profit. So if you remember that earlier that when the long call goes in profit, the way to partially book your profit or to to make it long call even more favorable in our position, the adjustment that we are going to do is a vertical spread, right? So again here we are going to reduce this minus max loss from around 30,000 to less than 15,000, right? So here we are going to sell a call option which has around 200 rupees of premium. Okay, so we are looking at 200 points of premium. Oh, okay, so this is close. 15,500 call is close. Okay, so we can sell this as our vertical spread. Now, once we sell this 15,500 call as our for our vertical spread, now your max loss has reduced to less than 15,000, right? Now you have upside here, put 45,000 upside, right? This is a max profit here. And if you want even more max profit from this position, like you want to 60,000 or even more, so you can sell a call position slightly out of the money, maybe 15,600 call or 15,700 call. Okay, so it's totally up to you. Now, this is one way. Now, okay, we will go further. Now this again fell back here. Okay, so the market came back and the profit is still at 4,700. Now if you look at that particular time point, so the market was here on 25th February, right? From here it fell down to here. So almost let me, I'm not able to see. So we came from 15,100 to 15,100 to 15,522, right? So almost 700 points it fell down, 700 points, right? So here you might think, okay, I mean, now there might be more chance for this call to go up. So you decide that, okay, I will book my vertical spread here, okay? So I book my vertical spread here. So the idea here is that to give your long call position room to grow again, to go up again. Okay. Okay, so we'll keep going on. So at this point of time, you can do again another vertical spread here if you want. Now again here, we are sitting on 32,000 of profit. Okay. Now at this point of time, you can exit. Okay, market is giving a chance to you again to exit, or you can do a vertical spread again here, right? Okay, if you have to do vertical spread, maybe you can do 15,500 or 15,700. So let's say I want to do vertical spread again. So now I can see, let's say 15,500 call. Sorry. So again, I can do 15,500 call, or you can do whatever strike. It's totally up to you. So now you can see here, the max profit here is 53,000 here. Okay, and your risk has reduced to only 6,000 now. Okay, so you can leave it as it is now, right? You don't have to do any more interference here because your risk has reduced a lot. You're still in profit. You can book your profit here, or you can also have another choice here. If you remember, I have shown you adjustment here is to convert into a no loss fly, right? So what we can do here is that the at the money strike here is 15,300. So what we can do is that make it into a fly. So how we sell two calls of 15,300. Okay. So now this will become a ratio spread, right? And but we don't want any risk on the upside. I mean, actually there is risk only break even at 16,227. So you can go with this particular position, right? This looks good, and on the downside, even if it goes down, you still have 24,000 of PNL. Okay, no matter how down the market goes, you can still book this much profit, 24,000. Okay, now that is one possibility. Now, if you don't want to take any risk on the upside, then you can buy a long call position to cover that risk. Now, you want to buy this fly where the wing position is equidistant. So 15,500 minus 14,700. So it's around 5 to 700, sorry, 800 points of difference. So 15,300 plus 800, so 16,100. So we buy 16,100. Okay. Oh, sorry, I did a wrong calculation here. It should be actually 600 points. I did from this. Actually, I should do from here. So it should be 15,300 plus 6, 15,900. So you buy a 15,900 call. So you'll get an equidistant wing. So now we are sitting on a fly position here. Now on the downside, you have only 18,000 of PNL here, no matter what happens, and the same on the upside as well. And if it closes, the market closes exactly at 15,300, then your max profit is 63,000. So now, as you can see, you have seen three different configurations of from that position, from this exact position, where you are already sitting on 32,000 of max profit, right? So it's totally up to you which one to choose. Okay. Now, ideally, if you ask me, right? Okay, this the no loss position was a very good position, right? But if you're somebody you don't want to take any risk, then that no loss fly position was the absolute absolutely a very good position. But for me, this ratio spread looks a very good position, right? Because on the upside, your break even is only if the market goes up by 6%. Now remember that we don't know if the market will go 6% up. It could go, it may not go, or it could go even 10%. Nobody knows that. So, but if you're somebody who are willing to take some risk, then this can be a good position, right? Now let's imagine we're taking this position and see what will happen. See, now here there is a lot of subjectivity involved in these kinds of position. Now, how will somebody decide that which one to go with? Like, do you want no loss fly position or this kind of ratio position where there is a risk on the upside, or you wanted to have only vertical spread? Now, it's totally up to you. Now, this is subjective and it totally depends on your risk appetite. Now, you're sitting on a 40,000 of PNL. Now, you could have booked at this position, right? So, this is something you get this kind of subjectivity where to decide at which point you want to book the profit. It comes from practice. So you keep practicing this kind of strategies, then you'll understand when to take which kind of position or which kind of adjustment, right? So it's totally up to you, like which one you want to use. Now we are at 22nd March, right? Just before the the market, in the expiry week. So this is the ideal time I wish to exit all the time, because you will have this gamma effect where the market can be very very volatile and your PNL can be very volatile. But let's say I want to go all the way down and see what happens. Okay, so the worst, so now we got a PNL where this was the worst case scenario on the downside, right? So that's how these strategies will help you from moving from a long call to a vertical spread, back to long call, and back again to vertical spread, or back again to a fly position or to a ratio spread. It's totally up to you. Okay, so choose from different kinds of variety of strategies and try to book your profit, and be ready to take very small risks, and try to maximize your profit as much as possible, and try to reduce your risk as much as possible. Like on the downside, like we have reduced our risk from minus 30,000 in the long position to plus 25,000. So you try to do that kind of adjustments and try to maximize your profits. Now, from the previous weeks, I saw some queries from different people on where people wanted to do adjustments in the long call without without selling any options. Now, to those people, what I can say is that that kind of adjustment is not possible where you're not selling a option. See, the reason behind selling an option to defend your long call position is to get some credit. Okay, to get some credit in your strategy so that your risk is reduced on the downside, because you are doing a long call position. So we have to get some credit to reduce our risk on the downside for our long call position, right? Now, how you can reduce your risk without selling an option? You cannot do that, right? It's not possible. The only way you can do is that you can simply exit your position. You have a stop loss and you exit whenever your stop loss hit, you simply exit that position. There is no other way around that without putting some more margin to sell your position and make it into a vertical spread. And the good thing here is that when actually you're doing a vertical spread, you're not actually putting additional money, right? You're putting few more thousand only, because of the change in margin requirements. If you're in a vertical configuration, right, vertical spread configuration, you may not spend like 1 lakh or something like that. You have to spend only maybe 5,000 or something like that to make it into a vertical spread. Okay, but if you have to do a ratio spread, then you have to spend additional money, like maybe 1 lakh or something more like that, to make into a ratio spread. So that you cannot avoid if you want to defend your long call position. So one way is to defend using vertical spread, and one other way is to defend using ratio spread. Ratio spread is more aggressive defending position than vertical spread. So there you have to spend more margin amount. So there is no way around that. So that is all from me, AP, this time. So if you have any more queries, yeah.
No, I think a lot of people had asked this question also. It's answered now. So let's see what people ask further. So we might have to do it again. I mean, for the next question, next type of adjustment next week.
Yeah, I think we have pretty much done adjustments with the long call position. So maybe we'll look at some other kind of adjustments or something else.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay, so I hope people enjoyed this session again, and lots to learn, and which can be implemented in your trading in future. So that's all from us. Bye bye, and have a safe weekend, and then the week, and stay safe and keep social distancing. Thank you, and bye bye.
Okay, bye.